Hey, it's Russ Ruffino with Clients on Demand, and in today's video, I am going to walk you through the process of creating your own high-ticket offer. So this could be a high-ticket professional service. It could be a high-ticket coaching program. If you have specialized knowledge that you use to create amazing breakthroughs for your clients, this video is going to show you how to turn that into something that you can sell for a nice high ticket price. Now, this is actually part 2 of our series. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you can click here and you can check out part 1. If you've already seen part 1, we're gonna pick up right where we left off. Let's dive into the training. Check it out. Oh, hold up there. Nothing that I say on this channel should ever be taken as a claim about what you can do or what you can earn. According to the US Department of Labor statistics, you have less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of building an 8-figure business. All business entails risk. Most businesses fail. All I can do on this channel is share with you what's worked for me and what's worked for my clients. What you do with that information is up to you. All right, back to the video.
What we're gonna do in this session today is we are gonna map out your high ticket offer. So like this is where the rubber meets the road. We're gonna take that, everything we talked about in the last session, we're gonna put it all together into an incredibly powerful mission statement. Now this mission statement is gonna be your North Star in your business. This is gonna be your high ticket offer that you're gonna be rolling with going forward. Your signature offer. Let's recap. Now we know the outcome we provide. We know who we wanna provide it for and who we don't. We know how awful it is to be in the hell. We know how great it is to be in the heaven. And we know your step-by-step plan to move from one to the other. Now, if there's anybody here that hasn't quite figured all that stuff out yet, don't stress. We just need like a rough outline, and I'm gonna do some live coaching from the front of the stage for you guys in this segment as we figure this out together. Cool? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write a mission statement together, and that mission statement is gonna be the backbone of your high ticket offer. So if you weren't here in the last session, don't worry about it because everything I asked you guys to figure out in the last session is part of your mission statement. So you're not gonna miss out on anything. You didn't miss out on anything. We're gonna go ahead and put this mission statement together and you're still gonna get to think about all these things, all right? So now we're gonna take what we know about the outcome and who it's for, and we're gonna put it together into a system for helping people achieve that outcome. Does that make sense? So here's the big question. How can we deliver this outcome in a way that creates the best results for our clients and maximum freedom for us? So we want to resist the temptation to add more stuff like I talked about before. You guys have your step-by-step game plan for getting them from point A to point B. Don't add a bunch of stuff. Don't be what we call the overzealous Sherpa. So I said before that one of the biggest myths in the high ticket space is that if you want to charge $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 for something, you gotta give them more stuff. And the reason this myth is so bad is because the more stuff you give them, the harder you make it for them to get to the outcome. So the example that I like to use is this example of an overzealous Sherpa. Let's say that you decided to climb Mount Everest. And you're like, dude, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest. You hire one of those guys, one of those Sherpa guides to help you climb Mount Everest. And the Sherpa goes, you know what, man? Christine Knapp hired me to help her climb Mount Everest. And so I am gonna over deliver for her. I am gonna be the best Sherpa she's ever had. She asked for 1 tent. I'm gonna bring 5 tents. She asked for like 1 yak. We're gonna bring 12 yaks up the mountain. And he's trying to over deliver and he's trying to give you more and more and more stuff. But really what he's doing is he's just making it harder for you to get up the mountain. All right? So the value we provide comes from the outcome. It doesn't come from how much stuff we give them. Does that make sense? And this goes against, guys, by the way, a lot of the conventional wisdom in internet marketing. Because you guys go to these things where they're selling some sort of low ticket offer, and what do? They have this bonus and that bonus and this other bonus and some other thing. And you're gonna get this and you're gonna get that and you're gonna get this other thing. Our pitch is real simple. Do you want the result or not? Great. You want the result? Cool. Here's how we're gonna help you get it, okay? So if you feel like you need to add more stuff to get them the result, that's fine. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, don't add more stuff unless you really need to. So if you launch your coaching program and it's sort of set up the way we've talked about, where you're giving them one module every week and you're giving them one group Q&A session over Zoom, and then over time, after you do the program for 3 months, you say, hey, Russ, you know what, man? I think they would really benefit from like a one-on-one welcome call. Great. You can add that in your program if you need to. The thing I want you to understand is that you don't need to give them a bunch of stuff to justify the value. Does that make sense, everybody? You want to keep your programs lean and mean, okay? So don't add things out of a sense of guilt because it will hurt you and it will hurt the client because it consumes their time. So let's talk about online workshops, right? So we're going to start with your mission statement. We're going to look at the 8 to 10 milestones. And like I said before, just to recap a little bit, the simplest format is to do one training session a week and one Q&A per week. And then you're going to add in some kind of support system to back this up. So that could be a help desk, it could be a Facebook group, it could be email support, whatever, and you're good to go, right? So here's basically what it looks like. You've got a weekly pre-recorded training that you're going to give them once a week. You're going to give them a weekly live Q&A call that's going to go like maybe 1 or 2 hours max, depending on how many clients you have in the program. And then you're going to give them email support. So guys, I want you to think about what this looks like for you. The trainings are pre-recorded. That means you make them once and you never have to do it again. Then you're going to give them one weekly Q&A call with all of your clients in the program together. And that's going to take 1 to 2 hours. And then you also offer some kind of help desk or email support, something like that, so people can ask questions in between Q&A sessions. And maybe you spend 20 minutes a day working on that. This is how you deliver your high-ticket offer in just a few hours per week. Does that make sense? So going all the way back to where we started, what are we after? Who can tell me those big 3 things that we want to have in our business? What are those 3 things? Income, freedom, and impact. Imagine being able to serve all of your clients in like 3 to 4 hours per week. So there's your time freedom, right? Because freedom really has 2 parts. There's time freedom and there's location freedom, right? So do we have the ability to do what we want to do with our time? And do we have the ability to be wherever we want to be? You're delivering your program online. That means you can deliver it from anywhere in the world. And if you can deliver your program in just a few hours a week, now you have freedom. Because that's the key, right? Like I wouldn't want you guys to cut back on this and to switch to a group program, even if it saves you time, even if it makes more money. I don't want it to hurt that impact. But here's the greatest part. It doesn't hurt the impact. It makes it better, okay? So it's like, this is what it is. Income, freedom, and impact. So now, guys, if you've been, like, let's say you're a marriage and family therapist and you're seeing people face-to-face in your office, you're limited to people that are willing to drive, what, like 20 minutes to come see you for the most part? Now that you're delivering your program online, you can reach people all over the world, right? So at Clients on Demand, I got clients in Australia, I got clients in Dubai, I got clients in the UK. These are people that if they had to come to my office to get coaching from me, I would never be able to work with them. And I would never be able to go on vacation either, because every time I went on vacation, I'm losing money, right? Because I'm not in my office seeing people. But when you have an online program like this, it's evergreen. It runs 24 hours a day, all the time. And you can still make the impact you were born to make, and you can still reach the clients that you want to serve. Again, on the weekly modules, you're going to cover 1 milestone per week. So you're going to teach them everything they need to know to hit that milestone. So for example, like we talked about, I think this was Heavy's offer, right? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to show them how to hire help in this example, right? Then we were going to show them how to delegate the house stuff. Then we were going to show them maybe how to overcome some of the guilt they feel as they're delegating some responsibilities for raising their kids. Then we're going to delegate some more of those responsibilities for raising their kids and so on. How long do these modules need to be? The answer is as long as they need to be, right? Like you're going to teach someone how to do something. How long does it take you to teach it, right? So then on the Q&A calls, you're just going to open up the lines. You're going to let them ask questions. We like to use Zoom for that. And so by structuring things this way, guys, you maximize the client's learning experience and minimize the time it takes to deliver. And again, you can do it from anywhere in the world. All you need is the internet. Does that make sense, guys? That's really the power of this model. So here's a radical suggestion. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want to, but you could do your first high ticket workshop live, just like we're doing now. You don't have to do it like on a fancy stage like this. But what you could do is you could enroll a bunch of people into your program and you could take them through it live, or you could pre-record those training sessions the first time if you want. Okay? All right, let's talk really quickly about one-on-one mentoring. I'm not going to say too much about one-on-one mentoring, except I don't recommend it because it limits your reach. It's too time intensive, it's too small of an impact, it's too much trading time for dollars. If you absolutely love working with people one-on-one, you can. Like, I'm not going to say, no, you absolutely can't do it. But if you're going to do it, I suggest you enroll people into like a 6 to 12 month commitment. So don't just charge by the hour. Don't just charge by the session. Say, listen, we're going to work together for the next 3 months. We're going to turn things around in your marriage, and it's going to be, $6K, $8K, like whatever you want to charge, okay? Just keep it outcome driven. The value of the thing is the outcome. It's not the time that you invest to get the outcome. Does that make sense? If you have a done-for-you service, it's very similar to what we're talking about. I can tell most of the people here are in coaching, so that's great. But if you're not and you have a done-for-you service, I just want to really quickly talk about what that looks like. What you're going to do is you're going to identify the outcome that you're going to create for them. Then you're going to map out everything that needs to happen to get them that outcome. Then you're going to eliminate all the steps that you can. You want, just like with coaching, you want to make it as lean and mean as possible. Then you want to delegate as much as you can. And then you only want to be personally responsible for the stuff that no one else can do. So let's say, for example, that you do web design. The outcome is they want to have a gorgeous website. Okay, great. So what you're going to do next is you're going to map out the steps. Okay, the first thing we need to do is have a meeting with that person. Then we got to get clear on a brand vision. Then we got to pick colors or whatever it is, right? You eliminate as many steps as you can. You delegate as much as you possibly can. And the only parts of it that you keep for yourself is you want to be personally responsible just for the things that nobody else can do. And that should be very, very little. So the main thing is personally, the way you create freedom in a done-for-you service is to be doing as little as possible. And so I suggest you read the book Built to Sell by John Warlow. It's a great book. But the most important thing that I want you guys to understand is that one high-ticket offer is all you need for an incredible business. And so let's just go ahead and dive in and do our mission statement together, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the work that we've done, we're going to put it together into a mission statement that's going to be the backbone of the work that we're going to do together in this course. Okay, the work that we're going to do together. Yeah, so grab something to write with because we're going to map out the rest of your life. Actually, no, we're just going to map out like what our high ticket offer is going to look like. But hopefully that will massively benefit the rest of your life. And again, guys, what this is all about is creating income, freedom, and impact, okay? So we're going to do this together, and we're going to do it one step at a time. First sentence of our mission statement is, I help this group of people who are struggling with this problem achieve this outcome so that, and then the biggest benefits. All right? So for example, I help business owners who are struggling with lead flow attract more clients so that they have more income, more free time, and they never have to worry about business coming in the door. Or I help expectant moms who are struggling with morning sickness or whatever have a healthy pregnancy so they can have healthy kids and get back in shape fast after giving birth, right? I help this group of people who are struggling with this problem achieve this outcome so that the biggest benefits. This is not something that like we're showing to our clients. This is for you. So you don't have to like wordsmith it or think like, oh, I'm going to put this on my website and everyone in the world is going to see it. No. This is just for you. This is like Darren just said. Yeah, it's like your own manifesto. It's like your blueprint for your coaching business and who you want to work with and what you want your business to be. So now we're going to list 3 qualifications of your ideal client. I only work with, whatever it is, moms who. I only work with accountants who. I only work with dentists who. A, B, C. So you remember in the last session, guys, I told you to come up with 3 qualities of the people that you most wanted to work with. That's what we're going to put in here. So I only work with coaches who are A, phenomenal at what they do, get great results for their clients, and are willing to take massive action to succeed. All right, this is a really important concept. This is the concept of the river, okay? So this is a river. It's like the worst drawing of a river ever, but it's a river, okay? Just, it's a river, all right? Don't give me a hard time, okay? It's a river. All right. On one side of the river is like where they are now, and on the other side of the river is the promised land where you're going to take them, okay? So unhappy face, happy face, all right? So on this side of the river, there's different groups of people. So this group of people are just sitting in their little houses and they're just chilling. Then there's another group of people who have come outside of their houses and they're looking at the other side of the river and they're going like, oh man, one day it'd be really cool to cross that river. All right? Then there's another group of people who have decided to cross the river. And they're busy chopping down trees and they're busy building a raft so that they can cross the river one day. Okay? Then there's these people here who are on the river and they're trying to get from one side to the other and they're hoping that they don't drown. Which of these groups of people is it best for you to work with? Who knows? Is it the people who are in their house chilling? Is it people thinking about going across the river? Is it people preparing to go across the river? Or the people that are in the river? That's right. It's the people that are in the river. Why? Because they have to make this work. Does that make sense? So Igor, you asked the question, should I be working with people that are like thinking about starting a business? Or should I be working with people that already have a business and they're trying to stop from drowning? You want to work with these people here because they don't have a choice and because they've proven to you that they're serious. They're not time wasters. They actually took the plunge. They actually started the business and now the business isn't working. They have to save it. Does that make sense? Whereas if you're thinking about people that are one day maybe thinking about starting a business, it's like, oh, I could start a business, I could not start a business, right? So they're not really in pain because they don't have a problem. They just might have a problem at some point down the road. Make sense? All right, great. All right, so now, guys, you know where this is going. We're going to flip the script. And this is the next sentence of your mission statement. So write down these exact words, okay? Because we're going to go over these later. I absolutely reject clients who, and then put in the 3 characteristics of clients that you absolutely won't work with. Clients who are whiners, who won't take action, who don't take responsibility for their own success. By the way, guys, I learned this river thing from the late Andy Jenkins. He was a very famous online marketer. He passed away a few years ago, but this was like one of the most useful concepts. Guys, isn't this like empowering? Like you guys are like drawing a line and saying, I'm not going to work with these people anymore. And the great thing about this is that you don't have to. Like I said in the very first session, I called my company Clients on Demand. I didn't call my company clients every once in a while. Or like clients like whenever I get somebody sometimes, right? This is your ability to enroll the clients that you want at the price you want, anytime you want. And because you can do that, that puts you in the driver's seat of your business. You get to pick and choose who you'll work with and who you won't. What I want you to do, and this one we're going to take a little bit more time with now, I want you to list 3 ways that this problem shows up in their daily lives. So for example, and this is the next sentence of the mission statement. So try to capture this exactly, guys, because when we read this together, I want us to get this just right, okay? So, without my help, these people will. And then I want you to write down 3 ways that they will continue to struggle. So without my help, these people will. A, B, C. Without my help, these people will continue to struggle to find clients, will continue to work harder than they should, and will earn a lot less money. So this goes back to what we talked about in the last session, guys. Remember the hell? The clearer we are on the hell these people are in, the more powerful our marketing is going to be. Do you guys understand the value of the impact that you are being called to make here. This is what this is all about. Yes, this is about making more money. Yes, this is about growing a great business, but it's saving people from that, from the stuff that you're writing down. Without my help, these people will continue to feel overwhelmed, keep doing the same unproductive things. They will continue to experience a lack of confidence that robs them of their full potential, and they will not achieve their financial or life purpose. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it. Let's keep it going. All right, so now, next piece. Then I want you guys to expand that. The next sentence is this. This makes their life a living hell because, and I want you to go even deeper with it. I want you to list at least 3 more ways that it's going to cost them not to have the problem solved. Expand it into their family, into their finances, into their health. All right, so now, guys, we're going to flip the script again, okay? So we just got through the hell. Now we're going to turn it over to the heaven, and you're going to flip the script. But with my help, these people will, and then list 3 ways your offer helps them. But with my help, these people will experience this and that and this other thing, okay? Just like we did before, guys, we're going to keep it going too. This benefits everything in their life because, and now we're going to stack some more stuff. Now we add in our milestones. The way I help them get this result is by, and then step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Now, you guys, I don't expect you to have like all 8 steps of your program mapped out right now. But when you do, that's where you would put it in. So let's just take like 2 or 3 minutes and just think about what those milestones are. All right. So then the next piece, guys, the next sentence is now that we've gotten clear on the incredible life-changing transformation we're giving them, what is your offer worth? I want you to choose your initial price. And it should be at least $3K, but maybe $5K or more. A lot of people ask me, Russ, what's the perfect price for my offer? And honestly, here's what we found. And I know how this sounds. This is going to sound like a total cop-out, but it's not. It really comes down to your level of certainty. So what we found is that, like, let's say we have a client who gets started in our program and they're charging $4K. They make their first sales at $4K. They raise their price to $6K. Nothing changes. Because if they'll pay $4K to save their marriage, they'll pay $6K. If they'll pay $6K, they'll pay $8K. If they'll pay $8K, for the most time, they'll pay $10K. So you guys can set your price where you want. And the most important thing is how certain and confident you are of the value. Philip is saying, would you advise asking for a smaller fee than $3K if the audience can afford $3K? Or would you choose a different audience? Well, Philip, all I can tell you is that we've been doing this for 10 years, 6,000 clients, and I've never even seen an audience that can't spend $3K. I mean, maybe if like 8-year-olds, I don't know, like, you know, and here's how you know, guys. My car, I drive, and I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this to make a point, okay? I drive a $280,000 Bentley. If I went to someone in your target audience and I parked my car in their driveway and said, hey, you know what, man, I got this car, I'm kind of sick of it. I'll give it to you for $5,000. How many people do you think wouldn't get that $5,000? They would call whoever they needed to call. They would ask whoever they needed to ask. They would borrow whatever they needed to borrow. And they would find their way to get that funds. Does that make sense? So one of the things that you have to believe, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, and when we talk about framing, is one of the things that you have to believe, guys, is that anybody who really wants this can get resourceful and find a way to do it. Now, they may not have $3K sitting in their pocket right now. I don't have $3,000 in my pocket. But if there's something that I want and it's something that I need, I will find a way to make it happen. We have given our program away to people who were struggling, and they're the only ones that weren't successful because they didn't have any skin in the game. I've given my program away to like friends and family members, and they like almost never are successful because they just don't do the work. And I'm like, they see the house I live in. Like they see like Russ's transition from like 2012 Russ to like Russ today. Like there's no denying that this has changed my entire life. And they still don't do the work because they don't have any skin in the game. All right, so in exchange for helping my clients achieve this transformation, my fee is just blank, okay? And then finally, the last part of the mission statement, you say, I want you to list your personal reasons why you do this that we talked about in the very beginning of the last session. Remember, the first thing I asked you guys is, what's your reason why? Now we're gonna put that in there. I do this because I want my children to have real financial freedom, or because it's my calling, or because whatever it is. So this is the next piece. I do this because. I do this because. Make this juicy, guys, because I want you guys to read this a lot. I want this to be something that gets you pumped. I want this to be something that moves you forward. Why do you do this? I do this because. And it's okay if it's for yourself. It's okay if it's for your kids. So it's okay if it's to create the dream life you want. It's okay if you're like, dude, I do this because I want to buy a Ferrari. So, okay, that's fair. Whatever it is, as long as it is moving to you. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up by just stacking up whatever other empowering beliefs you want to end it with. Okay, so that might be something like this. I believe God put me here to make a difference. This isn't my business, it's God's business. I just work here. My success is preordained because I'm the best in the world at what I do. So end your mission statement by stacking up whatever those beliefs are. Whatever it is that inspires you and makes you understand and believe that this is your sacred calling. This is the reason you're here. This is your mission. Because that's what this is about, guys. This is our path to income, freedom, and impact. But the way we're going to create those things is by serving the world at a bigger, grander, more powerful level.
All right, so now hopefully you have your high ticket coaching offer completely mapped out from start to finish. If you still have a few gaps, that's totally fine. If you need us to help you fill in some of those gaps, here's how we can help. Click the link in the description of this video and book a call to talk to us. You got to decide, this high ticket coaching program that we just created, is this something that you actually want to turn into something real that you're actually going to enroll clients into? Or is it just going to be another idea that you had that's collecting dust on your hard drive? You know, for most of our clients, mapping out this high ticket offer was the most game-changing thing they ever did in their lives, and it changed the course of their lives. But in order to do that, you've got to let us help you actually sell it. So if that's something that you want us to do, click the link in the description of this video. It's clientsondemand.com/apply and book a call to talk to us. All right, we'll talk soon, and I'll catch you on the next video.